Hello students! So today we're going to talk about all the features in your sketchbook. When we mentioned grading, we mentioned that there's going to be an oil pastel portion, a weaving portion, and a pop-up / cutout portion to your sketchbook. So let's go ahead and take a look inside. The first page talks a little bit about your oil pastel section, because there might be an opportunity for you to work with watercolor paint in it as well. It talks about how if you're going to use paint, you're going to need to place a thick piece of paper behind the page you're painting on so that it won't bleed through to other pages. And also, when you're done, there will be a special drying rack that you place your sketchbook on, leaving it open to dry. Alright, let's take a look at the next page, and two different experimentations that I want to talk about here on the video are first, that you can apply patterns and designs with your oil pastel, and then you can paint over them with watercolor, and the oil pastel will resist the watercolor paint and make for a really neat artwork. So that's something you could try in the sketchbook. There's also an opportunity to create something called a reverse drawing. So this will require 2 pages out of your sketchbook, and one page will be covered with oil pastel color, combinations however you wish, and the second page that needs to be directly on top of the oil pastel page, you'll use a pencil or a pen to draw your own designs and patterns. And then when you check out the back, the reverse will have the same designs, only in the oil pastel colors. So that's why we call it a reverse drawing. The next section I want to talk about is the weaving section. So you'll be choosing from a variety of different weaving templates, just different pages in your sketchbook that actually have these lines already printed in place for your warp. And you can even kind of create your own warp as well. You'll have that opportunity. So you'll cut along those lines and use anything you like really to create the weft. It could be paper scraps, yarn, etc. You're going to weave the weft pieces using a pattern of your choice and secure the ends with glue or tape. So they go even further in suggestions, like ideas for your warp could be that you cut curvy lines or zigzag lines. I have some special edge scissors that you could use. Some ideas for your weft, you could use scrap paper like I'm doing in the example. You could use strips of newspaper or a magazine. You could make a painting and then cut it into strips, or use your own fabric scraps. And an idea for your pattern is to go beyond the ABAB pattern and try out something different like ABBA and see what kind of interesting designs you can make. Alright, the next section we're going to talk about is creating pop-outs in your sketchbook. So you're going to choose a pop-up template in your book, or you can even create your own. And there's a solid line that you're going to need to cut along, and you fold along the dotted line. You make 2 cuts into your folded paper, and you use your finger to pull out a new tab. It almost looks like a chair shape. I created what looks like a number 2 pencil on another piece of paper, and I'm going to go ahead and glue that to the new tab. You're going to use your creativity to even add more tabs and to kind of accommodate your own ideas. The last section of your sketchbook has to do with cut-through pages. So if you cut through one page of your sketchbook, you can reveal another in your artwork. Sometimes this can be used to make artwork that shows a relationship. So what you'll do is you'll choose a cut-through template, and you're going to, or you can also create your own too. They're rectangle spaces here in the sketchbook, but if you want to turn them into like a keyhole or that kind of thing, you can kind of change the shape of it, and that would be fine. and you will take and bend the paper slightly, make a small cut with your scissors, unbend the paper carefully and put your scissors in the hole so that you can cut the shape you need without cutting through the edge of the paper. Now you're going to draw on both pages, making a creative relationship between the two artworks. So there's even a page that gives you some really neat ideas and inspiration, creating a door of some type, showing a view through a window, maybe not cutting all the way through, creating something hinged or a tab that folds. Cut a circle or triangle to vary the shape. Use a warm color scheme and cut through to a cool color scheme. Create multiple cut throughs on the same page. Create and cut some organic shapes. Cut through more than one paper, creating a composition across several pages. Make a realistic drawing and cut through to an abstract version. Draw the first page, pass the sketchbook to a classmate. Create an artwork using one medium and cut through to a new medium, and collaborate with a friend. Create a drawing yourself and then cut through to reveal something they have created on another page. So there are a ton of different routes you can go with this, and these were all of your different techniques you can use in your sketchbook this year. So I hope you have fun and good luck.